You're listening to Ninth House Jupiter, and this is going to be the first video out of my moon sign series, and we're going to be talking all about Aries Moon. Now, I'm sure as many of you know, this is one of the big three things to understand about yourself, what your moon sign is, as this helps you understand the basic personality traits of someone with your sun, moon and rising. So this is what this series is going to be all about, the moon. Now, the moon is, of course, it represents our emotions and our feelings, and it's not actually what people first see when they meet you. That's going to be your rising sign. That's what people first see. Your moon sign is going to be what's hidden. It's the inner part of you, and it also will dictate really how you react to things. So let's have a look at how Aries moons are emotionally and how they react to things. Now, this is cardinal fire that we're talking about here. So we're essentially talking about fast fire. So Aries moon archetypes react to things generally very quickly. It's not going to be a situation where an Aries moon is going to be thinking for a long time before they react. No, it's going to be their gut reaction. And also, because this is a fire sign, of course, there's naturally going to be a lot of passion that comes out when an Aries moon is reacting to something. The Aries fire is definitely a sign that is more concerned with itself, just that the Aries energy in general is more of a self-centered energy. This is where the sun is exalted. That is why it plays out and manifests in that way. But it's also the sign that's actually most linked with aggression, being very, very hot-headed. So Aries moon archetypes can also be quite hot-headed, quite quick to fly off the handle. Like if something is not going in an Aries moon way, then people are going to know about it. You will react and let people know that you're not happy. Definitely the type of sign that is a little bit more childish. You know, the fire energy in general, Sag, Leo, Aries, has a very childish nature to it. So Aries moons archetypes, when they're reacting to things, can be, you know, borderline childish, the type that could easily have a tantrum and, you know, throw their toys out the pram, as the saying goes, and just in general pretty quick to flare up and over quite small inconveniences. Really, it's not even like a big deal, and Aries archetypes will fly off the handle, as I said, in a childish manner. There is that childish energy and nature behind Aries moons. The Aries zodiac sign is most closely linked with the entrepreneurial energy, that leading, strong energy. So of course, Aries moon archetypes are naturally strong and confident people, want to be in charge of pretty much most situations, and is the type of person that's really able to put themselves first and achieve and drive and go after what they want. I must point out that Aries moon, this is a very powerful and potent energy, and it can manifest out in very, very strong ways depending on other aspects in your chart. But as a whole, there is a naturally fiery side there behind an Aries moon archetype that you sometimes might feel a little bit hard to control. So if you're an Aries moon out there and you've been wondering why you sort of have this aggressive nature or aggressive side or aggressive tendencies, it comes down to the Aries energy. And in fact, this isn't just for the moon sign, this would go for a sun, Venus, any sort of stellium, Mars and Aries type energy. As this is a fire sign, of course, there's very much a fearless energy right there, particularly because we're talking about the Aries fire. This is the warrior of the zodiac, the ones that will come running, fighting, fists, everything. So these are not people who are that phased by conflict. I'm not saying that Aries moons go out there, some archetypes do, but it's not as if they always go out there looking for conflict and looking for an argument. However, if someone wants to come to an Aries moon and have some sort of argument with them, then they need to expect to feel a wrath back of quick, fiery, flared up reactions. That is what you'll get because it's such fast fire. Essentially, it can be a very temperamental energy, and also, as I just alluded to, an argumentative energy. And Aries in general likes to win in all aspects of life. So in particular with an argument, if you're going to go up against an Aries archetype, be ready to go in on that argument, because that is what they are about. If they were in a situation, for example, where they were having an argument with somebody and that other person was sitting there and just being like, yeah, okay, and just not really engaging in that argument, that would end up winding up an Aries archetype even more than they were, because this is fire that we're talking about. Fire wants to be seen and it wants to be heard. Fire demands to be heard, actually. So if somebody was just being really calm and quiet, it would, you know, really wind up that Aries archetype, because they can go from 0 to 100 real quick, like, and just flare up, and it can be an instant rage, an instant anger, or just quite an overreaction. But even though I've said that, they can also calm down really quickly and act as if nothing has happened at all. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like it when you've been around Aries archetypes, the way they can get so mad, and then they're absolutely fine. 10 minutes later, they're fine, they've moved on, they're not thinking about it, they don't want to talk about it. Like, that is Aries moon. Because this is a fire moon and we're not talking about a water moon here, this plays out very differently with the emotions. This is not the type of person that's going to sit around moping and sulking about things for long. Just know the cardinal fire, they will get over it quickly. They will want to just do it again. It's, if something failed with an Aries archetype, something went wrong, as I said, they're not going to sit around moping, crying, thinking, woe is me. Like, they will get back up and try again. This is the cardinal. By cardinal, I mean creative fire. And as I said, this is pretty much a powerful and potent, unstoppable energy. Every fire sign has that male influence behind it. So Aries moon, even if you're a female and you have an Aries moon, you're going to feel a level of masculinity inside yourself. And if you didn't know why before today, now you know why. Aries moon archetypes are very impulsive and quick to react. It's the fast fire, I keep saying this, but they'll be very quick with their reactions. This is not the type of person that's going to hold back what they're feeling or what they're thinking. Aries energy in general is very, very blunt and direct, and can sometimes be a little bit mean, because Aries archetypes are not too concerned with how other people feel about things. The opposite sign to Aries is Libra, and Libra are all about other people. They do everything thinking of everybody. They don't like conflict. They don't like upsetting people. Aries is the opposite to that. They're not thinking about the whole. They're not thinking about everyone. They are mainly concerned with their own and their self first. So Aries archetypes, as I say, quick to react, quick to flare up, and it's also going to be in a very expressive way. Aries archetypes is a very expressive, loud energy. They need to be, like, you know, this is a definite type of person that wants to shout and can shout quite easily over nothing. Just that it has to manifest in that way. It's just the Aries zodiac nature. I do think though that a lot of people kind of forget or miss out or don't really talk about the fact that this is also definitely sensitive, definitely a sensitive energy, because with that harsh exterior that they show and have to have and naturally feel, that of course comes with a level of sensitivity. So I do think, you know, as hard as you might act Aries moons or Aries archetypes, you definitely have got a sensitive side. Our moon sign lets us know what we need emotionally, and it also lets us know how we react to things, but importantly, it lets us know what our emotional needs are. So, as I've been saying throughout the video, this is a very fiery, passionate, powerful energy, and Aries moon and Aries archetypes in general need to be around people where they feel that passion back. As I said earlier, if they were in the middle of a row with somebody and they were getting nothing, and there was, you know, no life coming back, it's just not what they need. They need to feel that raw passion that they have. Let's also not forget that Aries is of course ruled by Mars, and Mars is all about action, intent, aggression, willpower. It's the god of war. It's a very powerful, hot, red fire planet. This is ruling over Aries. So, you know, that with that leader, entrepreneurial flair, all that fire, all that passion, you know, to be an entrepreneurial leader, you can't be sitting there worrying about all small little things and struggling to make decisions. No, it needs quick fire, decisive action. That is all about what Aries moons are about. The quick fire, passion, action, can get things done, can get things started. They also really need, because this is the moon, so we're going to talk about what you need. So they also need excitement as well. This is an energy that can get bored kind of easily and not the best really at focusing on one task for ages and seeing things through right to the very end. You're like the best people in the world for getting up and getting things started and all that passion, motivation and energy, but not always seeing things through. But just know, Aries moons, if you focus all of that power and energy inside you onto one thing, you're going to be pretty much unstoppable at achieving the goal that you have set. This is a goal-orientated, goal-driven archetype here. So in terms of you need to ensure you've got things around you that are stimulating you, that are interesting you, that you can see through to the end, because once you do, the results are going to be off the chain. Now, I am a heavily influenced fire archetype myself, so this is something I am speaking from the heart and taking my own advice also on this. Fire signs, fire archetypes, Aries moons, you have to learn your own lessons here in life. I know you are not the type of person where it's any good me coming up to you saying, well, you shouldn't do that because when I did this, this happened. Like, no, you don't care about someone else's experience. You're not really the type of sign that wants to listen to someone telling you what to do either. So you have to make your own mistakes in this life essentially and learn your own lessons. Otherwise you're going to keep repeating, same patterns of behavior. But Aries moons, you are here to learn the lessons, and you have to do it yourself. We have to do it ourselves from our own experiences. This is also the type of person that might want to fight it out physically, like literally fight it out verbally, physically from time to time. But do you know what? I believe in my heart that that's what Aries archetypes, Aries moon need to do. They have to have that freedom to rant, scream, kick off, say what they want. They don't want to hold it all in. Like when they've got something to say, they're usually going to immediately address it very directly and not sugarcoating anything. And that's what the Aries moon archetype needs. You guys need to be able to the freedom to be around people who can just accept that, you know what, sometimes you might fly off the handle, but as much as you fly off, you calm down real quick. And of course, you've got a loving, caring, very passionate side to you as well. And of course, as I said, that sensitivity there. So just watch out for being a little impatient from time to time and flying off the handle too quickly about, small inconveniences. And then sometimes when there's a real serious problem, when there's actually something going down, an Aries moon can actually be quite cool, calm and collected about that. But then small, silly things, it's like, that's a problem. So there are a few things to watch out for. So I'm going to leave it there. There's a few things about and how an Aries moon acts and what they need in this lifetime to make themselves feel a little bit better. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Of course, if there's anything that I said that you liked or could relate to, you got any questions, drop me a comment, and of course subscribe. Come with me on my astro journey on YouTube. Coming up next, we're going to be looking at the Taurus moon. I love the Taurus energy.